done this in a while. Just testing things out, making sure things still work. And today I'm going to play around with some low-code tools, so that's exciting. Let's see. So I'm going to just post this a few more places. And then I will get started with some research. So yeah, today, like I was saying, I just want to look into some like low-code tools, do some like basic research, and like just see like what's out there. And I'm mostly interested in like new ways of doing things. This error. Sure. Okay, and I just forgot I need to send a message to one person. Okay, so let's see. We got this, I'm kind of just making notes. Oblivion error. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I haven't streamed for like a month and a half, 2 months. But yeah, welcome back. How's it going? How was your December? Did you do any celebrating or fun things? Um, yeah, so I'm just looking at like these different platforms for building web apps and mobile apps, some like low code stuff. I'm just like really interested in like what's out there, what's the best thing to use, and like what the trade-offs are. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be kind of thinking about right now because I just want to see like, okay, where does Remake fit in this larger ecosystem? If someone wants to do something, specific, can I point them to the right service, right? If like Remake's not the right fit, maybe I can point them somewhere else. And then also just like, where should I take Remake, I guess, in the future that's not already occupied or something someone else has done that I think I should integrate into Remake, right? Um, so yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about today. So I'm going to do alternatives to Glide apps because Glide is a great platform for building mobile apps, but I'm not sure if Glide actually lets you like what do you call it? I'm not sure if Glide lets you actually export a mobile app because like it looks like a mobile app, but I think it's just a web app. So that might be interesting to know. Made with Glide, that's kind of cool. Documentation. Let's see if they actually let you export a mobile app. Deep dives. Build an app from scratch. Build your own Instagram. Yeah, they don't tell you how to publish it. Let's see, FAQ. Okay. How many tabs? Wow, they don't really have like a huge FAQ, huh? We'll just, tabs, visualization updates. iPhone app with Glide. It's really impressive that they're able to keep this off their site. I bet they know if they marketed this, they wouldn't. Nastia6996, welcome. VNK, welcome to the stream, and Virgo Pros, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Okay, Glide, installing your app. Here we go. Inside of Glide Clip, open app. Adding an app to the home screen. Yeah, so it's just a web app. It's just a web app. Okay. I'm going to say this page was not helpful, simply because I'm looking for, how do I publish like an actual phone app? I'm not sure if you can. Can I make a mobile app with Glide? MakerPad. MakerPad, this is a great place. I was looking for this earlier because they have a lot of tools, like no-code tools. So if I'm looking at low-code things, maybe there's some overlap. And yeah, I also just want to kind of define what I'm looking for right now. So I'm in the low-code space, right, with Remake. And I want to find like tools that let you build fully functional multi-user or multi-instance. Yeah, I think it's more multi-instance applications. And it could be like either mobile or web applications. And multi-instance just means each user gets their own copy of the app. Lamb Rocks On, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Because like a lot of CMSs aren't like multi-instance. You know, like you have to set up another instance manually, right? So like, so not multi-instance are like most CMS software. WordPress. Another example, I guess, would be like, I mean, even like table to site, Vapid. The thing is, I do kind of want to talk about these things, you know, especially Vapid, because I think it's such an interesting way of programming. So maybe like in honorable mentions will include CMS software. But just to talk about how it's different than what's out there. Nadav, hey, how's it going? I'm not, can you remind me when we talked? I'm sorry if it was like today or something. I just don't remember exactly. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Oh, okay, awesome. Oh, yeah. We were just talking yesterday. Okay, cool. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, podcasting. Yeah, you have that awesome podcasting service, so like video live streaming. Yeah, this is like part of like what I do to just kind of like talk about my product and like prepare, you know, for like blog posts or launches or stuff. And I was thinking your product could be useful for that too, but I was just trying to think, you know, how could I integrate it, you know, into my flow, and would it really make sense? Because right now, like, you know, Twitch works pretty good, and I can like archive the videos and everything. And I'm not really sure that like turning them into podcasts would make sense. I mean, I guess if I had guests on and, you know, we talked, but even then, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of work, right? I mean, it's just a lot of work to have a podcast or a vodcast. So, but no, I think your product's awesome. If anyone wants to check out his product, it is. Why don't you post the link if you want, Nadav? Okay, so we're gonna look at this no-code marketplace. Yeah, like card, I kind of want to talk about too, but I guess the thing I really want to talk about is things that can build Yeah, Riverside FM. If you guys are looking to like create like like a vodcast or a podcast, definitely check that out. It's like perfect for that. And you can kind of treat it like a radio show, which is like a really neat idea. Um, yeah, so these are all really interesting, but I think I want to cut them down to um, just things that are really really focused. Um, so like for example, email marketing is um, is great and all, but it's not like letting you build a full web application. Now, I guess you could argue that Coda does, right? But it's more like an internal application, I think. And then you could also argue that like, okay, like what about static sites with like some add-ons? Thanks, Andrew. I really appreciate it. Thanks for yeah stopping by. I was actually I was partly busy, but also just partly just like recovering. I think from like months of really tough work. Um, doing the launch and everything. But yeah, it's good to be back, and I'm gonna be streaming uh, from now until about noon. Um, Uh, Streaming? No. I'm thinking about maybe doing it more days of the week, but right now I'm just doing it Thursday and Friday. And I'll do it from about this time, hopefully a little bit earlier tomorrow, um, until about noon, because that's when I have another job that I have to do, a job that actually pays me. Although, I got my first payout from Twitch the other day, and it was more than I was expecting. It was like not enough to live on at all. It was like, I mean, I'll just tell you guys, it was $100, but I was honestly not expecting to receive anything above like $5. So that was a really nice little Christmas gift from Twitch. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Yeah, I was not expecting it. I was like, oh yeah, I average at maybe like 20 to 50 viewers a stream, and there's no way that's gonna bring in money. Not making any money from Remake yet. If you go to the site, you can see that the pricing is just free for now. So a bunch of people have signed up for the free plans to get a deal. Um, and then eventually, 6 months from now, or even a year from now, right? Once it kind of picks up adoption a little bit, then I'll start charging for it. But I just kind of want to get it out there, make it really easy to use. And it's not really costing me any money right now to run the hosting service. So I think it's fair to just like let it be free for now and see if people like it. And if it lets people get their own web app up really quickly, that's that's all the better because they're going to become, like what do you like? They'll just like it more, right? Like if you can just get a web app out there quickly, it just is great. Um, okay, so I'm going to look at only things that allow you to create web apps and mobile apps. So not static sites, even though I'm really interested in static sites too. And then like stuff that's like really niche, like MemberStack or MemberSpace. I think there's some argument to be made there, right? Because like, okay, this is what I was going to say. What about static sites with like some add-ons or dynamic features? I really like the idea of this. Like you have like let's say like a 5-page website, right? And you have, a static homepage, and then you have like a store page, right? And it's mostly static, right? But then you add in some add-on. So let's say like shopping cart add-on. for static site. I don't know. I don't know how to search this, but I know this exists. Snipcart. Yeah, I think this is the big one. But like this is really cool, right? You just add some JavaScript to your site, and then all of a sudden you have like a shopping cart and checkout, right? Mostly static, and then like plus snipcart. And let's put this in parentheses afterwards. Oops, static. So then you have a store page, and then maybe you have like a chat page, right? Or like a forum, right? And for that, you could do, there's like a bunch of different solutions for this. But there's a really good Spectrum, I think it's called. I think this is free, and I think a lot of people are using it. It might not be Spectrum. Spectrum chat. Here we go. It is a thing. Yeah, community platform of the future. This guy uses it. He runs Zeit.co, which is a really cool static site host and deployment platform. But it looks free. They have nothing about pricing here. So I don't know how they're going to make money. I always worry about that a little bit. But then you have like a forum, so you say like Spectrum chat. And then what else could you have? You could have like a membership, right? Membership sign up page, right? And I guess this is like, we could say it's member stack or member full. I think member full is a thing. Yeah. And then member space or member space. And I guess what I'm wondering is like, do you guys, or would you guys think that this is like a web app? You know, like would you consider this a web app? Like you're not really building anything, right? I mean, anything dynamic. You just have a static homepage with maybe like about page that's also static. And you could even have like a contact form, static, you know, with a like a form endpoint, right? And you know, there's a million form endpoint services. So you're not building the form endpoint, you're signing up for that. You know, that's like $5 a month or whatever. You have the store page, that's Snipcart. I don't know how much this is, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Say $10 a month, $20 a month. You have a forum, that's free, I guess, for now. And then you have a membership sign up page, and behind the membership sign up page, you have, behind this, you have other static pages with videos, tutorials, etc. So, Andrew, you said you wouldn't consider this a web app, but there's a lot of dynamic stuff going on. I mean, a lot of parts of this are web appy, right? I mean, you have the form endpoint. You know, that's dynamic in a way. You're getting updated about that. You have a store page where people can add things. Salvin, how's it going? Finally streaming again. It feels good, actually. How have you been? Ooh, thanks, Salvin. I think, Sullivan, actually, I think you were responsible for at least 70% of the income I made from Twitch. I was just telling people that I made $100 from Twitch, and I was not expecting that. And I was thinking back on like, how is that possible? And I think it's mostly because you gifted so many subs. It was very, very nice of you. But yeah, a lot of other people subscribe too on their own. So I want to say a shout out to them too. Thank you guys. But also thank you, Salvin. So yeah, we're just wondering, what is a web app? What is a web app? Questions. Well, define web app. If I look at something like Trello, I would say that that is a web app. Um, uh, but just some static pages, forms, forum, and maybe some video sounds more like a website than a web app, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but the thing is like you're able to do like a checkout, right? So you're able to like dynamically add items to a shopping cart and then check out. So that's definitely a web app. It's a web app that's been kind of glommed onto, I like that word, it's been glommed onto your website, but it's still, I mean, that is an application, right? You just didn't build it, right? And then the forum, same thing, right? You're signing up. Oh, you know what's interesting about the forum is it probably, um, well, okay, but then if that makes it gray, Andrew, then what about the forum? You have the sign up, you have leaving comments, you have, liking things or voting things down, like you have a chat, right? Um, forum/chat, we'll say. And then the membership sign up page, again, you have some kind of thing that's concealed behind some access page. I mean, I think if you were to build all of this from scratch, it would involve a lot of dynamic code. I guess the question is, though, is like, is this interesting? Is this an interesting space? Because I think there are businesses that do this, right? There are lots of businesses that just use third-party dynamic solutions, and they usually, the static part is WordPress. And then they add, a form endpoint on top of that. They add, a checkout service, on top of that. Um, they add some kind of forum and they add some kind of membership. And even, what do you call it? Webflow has this built in. It's kind of cool. Membership. I think they have this built in where you can sign up. No, maybe not. Maybe it's all member stack, I guess. Huh, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, if it doesn't come up in the first thing as a Google result, then it's probably not a thing. But like, I guess, is this interesting enough to like talk about? I think, I think it is, right? I mean, because there's actual businesses being built on this, probably businesses that are making, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, just like releasing course videos and stuff like that. Oh yeah, no problem. Oh yeah. Yeah, uh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, good luck with the move there. That must be pretty overwhelming. But also congratulations for, the exit that you wanted, which is pretty awesome. Um, yeah, I'll leave it up to you to talk about that as much as you want. I don't want to like overstep or anything, but that's awesome that you were able to, yeah, yeah. Um, that's very, very cool. Solvin's moving to a job that has a JavaScript stack, and she's really excited about it. And I think it's going to be a much better fit for her, or at least I hope it will. But I think it will, because I think she was kind of bored and dissatisfied with her current. I don't know. I don't want to. Jeez, did I overstep? I'm sorry, Sullivan. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I just don't know if I'm overstepping or not. Um, okay, so okay, good. Yeah. Um, okay, good. So I think this is interesting, but I don't think it's like super interesting to me. Like it's actually it is pretty interesting to me because like I kind of understand all this stuff and how it could fit together. So like I could probably build something like this like in half the time as someone who's maybe not experienced with it or not a programmer. So, if there's a lot of value there for people, um, I'm compiling this. So Sullivan was asking, what is this list about? So I'm just kind of like exploring the low code framework space and like the rapid application development platforms. And I compiled a bunch of research here yesterday, and I found some really, really cool tools. Um, but it's kind of hard to like tell the difference between like what is a website versus like what is a web app and like what is in between these days, right? Because you got static sites with add-ons, right? Like this is kind of a cool service right here, Static Kit, zero code backend. So you configure your functions, then you have functions. So you have contact forms, payments, opt-in forms. I don't know. This actually, I thought this was going to be more interesting, but this is just like a form backend pretty much. I think you could do all of this with Zapier. But yeah, I mean, Zapier is another example. Um, yeah, so I'm just trying to like figure out like what do I want to focus on. I think it's not this. I think it's not like static sites with plugins. Yeah, well, it's a good thing, right? Because I mean, people are going to have to still build those backends, and I think there's a lot of growth in that space still. Like there's going to be a lot of growth in the backend space. I think still a lot of figuring out to do. I don't think it makes backend developers irrelevant. I think it's the opposite. I think it's going to make them more relevant than ever because there's just going to be so much to figure out and configure and pull together. I mean, just think about it. Like if you're, like a Fortune 500 business and you're running all on low code or no code tools, how much actual configuration and like custom code are you going to have to write? It's going to be a lot. Like it's going to be a lot. Um, I think. Um, but yeah, let's see. I guess it's going to be hackier code though. So that's probably. I guess it doesn't have to be though. It doesn't have to be hackier, but it will be different, I guess. Working with like other people's APIs is different than building your own thing from scratch. But I kind of feel a little bored, just a little bored by the idea. How many users do I have now for a remake? I'm actually not sure. I haven't logged into the server since the like 2 days after launch, and then I didn't really have any apps deployed. There was only like one app deployed, and I think it was like a joke app. But as far as signups go, a lot of people wanted the deal on the pricing page. So I got like 100 people who signed up through here. Um, and then for the tutorial, I think I got like 50 or, yeah, probably around 50 people signing up for the tutorial. I still haven't sent the tutorials out, and it's been a month, even a couple months. So I feel horrible about that. Really should get on that. But it's complicated. Yeah, no, I know. It's complicated because I've never done anything like it before, and so like coming up with like a series of 8 emails. But I'm halfway done. I've come up with 4. I have the template. I'm working through it gradually. I'm gonna just get it done when I get it done. I've just been kind of all over the place lately. And then the pricing thing, I still have to just send out confirmation to people and be like, yeah, you have 6 months free. But I think, it's kind of okay how it is. They click this, they click that, they click this, and it's like, okay, well, success, we'll get back to you or something. Not great, but yeah, I'll definitely get on that soon. But first, I'm gonna just explore low code tools. Yeah, no, it's definitely something. It's probably the most success I've seen from a product I've launched ever. So I think partly because I have like a compelling value proposition, and partly because I just actually have the ability to like sign up, for a newsletter really quickly, which I never really had on my other products. It was just like sign up for a real account right now or do nothing, and I think that's a little bit harder to get started with. But actually, I talked with someone the other day who was actually using Request Creative for real, like as a real thing for their business. So that's pretty cool. Um, okay. So I guess the thing I'm the most interested in is actually like mid code. I think a lot of these things are actually really compelling. So like ReadyMag seems interesting. Coda seems super interesting. I really want to get into Coda. Um, Landon is really, really cool. Um, I don't know what this is. That's interesting. Um, like a lot of these things are like super, super interesting, but at the same time, I think I'm more interested actually in the low code space than like this kind of thing. So let's look at it. We got Clay Run, build tools and workflows to supercharge your team. So, okay, yeah. So this is kind of like a Zapier thing. The trigger is when you upload this, convert to this, and then find something in it. So you got workflows, you got kind of like a database thing. The thing is like if this tool doesn't support what you need it to do, can you customize it? I bet you can. I bet they have that. But this is a really nice homepage. Oh yeah, serverless functions. Okay. Yep, so they got custom functions. That's actually really neat. Um, is all web application development just a flow? Like, can it be represented just with this? Like, I guess what I'm wondering is like, can I build any app using this? I wonder. I bet you probably could. I'm not sure, but like I'm just thinking like, you know, you have like a React front end or whatever, and then you save the data, and then you write a custom function to save that data, and it posts it to a database. I guess in that case, it's like, why not just build your own app, right? Because like you're having to go through a web interface to edit your code. That's crazy. And then you probably have to have your own database. They probably don't give you a database. This is interesting though, and I think it's a big space. But I don't think I like this as much. I think the downside of this, honestly, is that like I think 90% of these companies, no offense to the companies themselves, but I think just naturally 90% of them, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it might just be like a convenience thing there. Um, but I think that maybe not 90%, but let's say 50%, right? 50% of these companies are going to go away. They're gonna die or fade out or get acquired. And I think 50% is really, really generous. I think it's probably going to be more. And then you got to think, well, if you built your whole company on top of this company, some core competencies of your product, of what you're selling, then you're kind of going to be, to say it lightly, screwed. You're going to have to switch over to another tool. And I guarantee you switching over to another tool is going to be harder than having just like built it yourself from scratch, right? Or from at least a service that lets you export what you've done, right? and like reuse it somewhere else or like host it yourself, right? Like Spectrum, for example, right? Say you create an entire community on Spectrum, and then one day they get acquired or shut down. And I would never want that. I think Spectrum's great, but let's just say it happens, right? Now you have all of this content inside of a system that you can't switch, like you can't export it and get it into a new system. Now maybe you can, right? Maybe they give you an export tool, but that's lucky, right? That's super lucky if they give you that. And then if the tool that you're using now allows you to import from, using that specific format. So I think locking up your content in a system that you can't host yourself is just a little bit dangerous. You do get the like you get like a huge reward starting out, right? It's like 100x easier at least to use like a third-party plugin than to build it yourself. I'd say on average, right? I think that's true. And I think sometimes, we could even say like 10x easier or like 10 to 1,000x easier. I think that's more accurate because I think a lot of the time it's 1,000 times easier to use a third-party tool. Like building this chat, for example, like with a forum and like multiple groups and everything, and like real-time notifications and updates and the ability to embed code and the ability to upload images. It's at least, it's actually 10,000 times easier in that case to use the third-party plugin. However, you're locked in, and there are open source alternatives, right? If we search like open source chat apps, we got wait, what? Slack? Slack is not open source. Okay, we got Rocket Chat. We might have Mattermost. They're definitely advertising themselves as open source. Yeah, the lock-in, definitely. So you got Mattermost and like Rocket Chat, right? Yeah. And the thing is like, I think the caveat, am I saying that right? Caveat? The caveat is that, however, if you can find an open source alternative and set it up yourself, it's really only, I don't know, let's say 10 times more difficult than using a third-party plugin. And I want to say the downsides of these third-party plugins are you're on their roadmap. You can't add or develop or change features. And actually, this has two downsides. You're on their roadmap, so you can't add or develop or change features. And if they make a change you don't like, a big change you don't like, you can't do anything. So you're on and then like you're locked in. Your data usually isn't exportable. If your business, your data usually isn't exportable, or we'll say transferable to another platform. If they shut down, that part of your business shuts down, at least temporarily, until temporarily. I did not spell that right. How do you spell temporarily? Two temp. What did I get wrong? Oh, term. Is that right? Oh, I spelled it mostly right. That was two L's or something. Okay, so I mean that's a problem. But if you set it up yourself, you have an open source solution. Yeah. Okay, so these problems can lead to, I don't know, like making it 10 to 100% more difficult for, hey, Fule, welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. So these problems can lead to making it 10 to 100 times more difficult for your team to use them long term, and can cause like a long-term traumatic impact on your core business if they shut down / get acquired / how do I not know how to spell acquired / pivot / change their interface significantly / don't live up to their roadmap. So big problems, right? But like you don't see them at first, and to be honest, these tools are great for getting something off the ground quickly, to explore the parts of your business that you don't understand yet. There's no point in building a custom solution if you don't understand what your customers need or what the market you're getting into is like. So I think, really why these tools succeed is that, even though a lot of them have, even though a lot of the companies that use them have engineering teams, they're like, well, it's going to be 10,000 times easier to just use this third-party service. We can just set it up, get you started with it, and then later on down the road, we can set up something more custom, or if it becomes integrated in our business, then we can start thinking about an open source solution or about, paying for the super high priced, enterprise version to have, the server be hosted on premise or something like that, right? Then you have more control. And really all you're doing at the end of the day is buying someone else's development time, right? Because like very, very gradually, and like just getting like a really big head start, right? I think they're like huge head starts. Because I think even for me, I'm a coder, I like building things, right? I'm always looking for like an easy solution, like to blogging, for example, right? Like just a blog. The blog is super simple. It's like one of the simplest applications ever, but it's still super hard to build yourself, in the right way, right? Because you want to have like a really, really nice looking blog. You want it to be like readable, have the typography laid out really nicely. You want to have like an RSS feed. You want to have like the ability to add images really quickly, upload them inline, have like a nice editing experience. There's a lot of things that go into making a blog. And like, sure, you could just be like, well, it's just text. Let's just use Markdown, convert it, have the RSS feed generated. But like, it is kind of a hassle if it's something you're just, like you don't want to really think about it too much, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't want to think about it too much. I want it to just be kind of an afterthought. I don't want to have to spend, a couple days every month thinking about it or working through it. So I think these tools are interesting because of that. However, I think what's far more interesting are, I think the types of tools that are far more interesting are the ones that let you create something from scratch that you can host on your own, but they let you do it a lot easier. This gives you like maximum flexibility, right? Because it's self-hosted, plus their solution should like allow, flexibility, right? And then like ownership, right? And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really give, like, you're not going to save on cost or effort. Well, you do save on effort. But we'll say compared to the like third-party plugins and apps. But you gain a ton of flexibility. I know I just said that in the point above, but I just want to re-emphasize it for myself later. Because I think the flexibility, it really comes down to, if you're a business and you use Spectrum Chat, and then another business uses Spectrum Chat, and then all of a sudden there's this like new way of doing things that Spectrum Chat isn't doing yet. And it's really important and really valuable and really speeds up, your customers' orders or whatever by, 100%. It's kind of important to be on that, right? I don't know. I mean, whatever. I really don't believe that because I think, just like having good customer support, for example, matters a lot more than that. But I don't know. It's an interesting thought, right? Just having that flexibility. I guess the thing is like flexibility matters in every area. But I think once you get to a certain point of being able to customize a third-party plugin, flexibility doesn't really matter as much, right? Because you have kind of enough flexibility built in. Like Squarespace, for example. If you were to say like, David, how would you build a website right now? I'd be like, well, Squarespace or one of these other website builders. It doesn't really matter. You could choose among the top 10 website builders. You're probably going to end up with a website that's better than 99% of what like an ordinary developer or designer could come up with, in a week, right? And you could do it in a few hours. And it's simple and it's easy, and you can change the layout and you can pretty much change everything about how it looks. If you're using Webflow or Squarespace, for example. So it gives you that kind of maximum flexibility while also preserving, the like low cost, right? And I think that's kind of the dream for any service. But I think it's also hard because like one of the reasons I left Webflow is because it just gave you all the options. I was like, why am I like editing the margin and the padding in this sidebar when I could just be modifying it in a text file and then just like deploying the static site? It just really didn't make sense. I really think that's the case. Like I think if like most Webflow developers just use like really nice static templates, and then just like learned, I don't know, like CSS or whatever, it'd be probably better than Webflow. But I guess Webflow really gives you a platform for everything, right? It's kind of nice, I guess. And I guess, yeah, the key, honestly, for Webflow, I think, is that they serve both audiences, right? They serve the super advanced people that know everything about CSS, but then they also serve the people who are just getting started. And if you're just going to download a template or whatever, it works for that too. But then if you want to learn a little bit about modifying it, it kind of gets you started with that. So that's kind of cool. So what is this? Built with Boundless. Viral lead flows, powerful web apps. Okay. Okay. Let's look at this amazing lead generation website. Okay, learn more. 1-day session, 1-hour problem assessment. Want to start a conversation. Register now. 1 day. Looks like no pricing built in. It looks like a static website with a form. I'm not super impressed by that. Boost your paycheck is a viral lead flow site. I guess they only build viral lead flow. Oh, this one wasn't viral. Okay, let's see, grid. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I mean, like, I could see hiring him or something, but it was, like, not impressive for, like, the top example for this service that is supposed to build the website of your dreams, no code required, and you can build job boards and marketplaces, and that's their top example? You're telling me you can build, like, a marketplace on this service, but then your top example is like a static website with a form. That's weird. Boost your paycheck again. This is so weird. I don't know. I feel bad, honestly, criticizing stuff like this. The builder looks great. And they got a workflow for emails? They got a workflow for emails. Look at this. Is this a thing? Triggers on order. Yeah, and then you send the email. That's crazy. How do they have that built into their service? And the top example are these things. This is literally like a single static page with like a headline and a email sign up. Are these like just the most recent ones? Okay, here we go. Demo application mimicking the popular Fiverr. What's oh, is that the California one? The California law? Huh. Sign up. Oh, Canadian anti-spam law. How do you follow that? Mamos Market. Okay, here we go. We got a marketplace now. Why choose us? Services. Okay. Click here. Gold, silver, order now. And then it's a sign up form. I was expecting a checkout form, but that's okay. Schedule a call now. Calendly. Okay. What do you mean? The problem is that most of these services are not angled at us coders. Yeah, totally. I think that's a big problem. What is this? Blanket.ai, book more demos about the best products win. Okay. Results over ego. Okay, but what is this? I don't know what this is. No, but really, I mean, like the mission sounds great. Meet Edgar. What is this? Your social media on autopilot. Starts here. Add post, set a schedule. Okay. What is this? Results of ego. We're craftspeople. Okay. Remote first. Work openly. Current openings. But what do you do? Okay. Well, I guess they're doing some kind of marketing automation. I guess. I can only tell from their jobs board. Book more demos. Book more demos. Yeah, so some kind of marketing about demos, I guess. Landon, this is a really cool site. If you guys are thinking about launching a startup and you want to put it on Product Hunt, think about using this service. I used it once, and I would use it again. I ended up using a custom template and like a static site builder, but this was a lot faster, and the sites actually look pretty nice. It's a pretty cool service. It's a little expensive, but I think it's worth it if you're just like launching the first version of something and want to get it out there quickly. This service, Coda, I really want to like. I really, really want to like it. I think their marketing is on point. I think it's really interesting. But I think it's mostly for internal teams. I'm not sure about that. And I don't know. I don't know if it's meant for anything besides internal teams. Yeah. I think it's internal only. Because like what I want is like a Coda that's for external users. You know? Like you build an app and then other people can sign up for it and, log in and vote on ideas or, add comments or, track their own project, right? You have a project board or something. That's what I really want. I think there's a huge market there, but like no one goes after it. Like everyone's about internal tools. I mean, I guess maybe this can be used for external tools, but like advanced locking. I guess so. I don't think it's marketed that way though. I think this is for internal teams. And I think it's the same thing for like a lot of CMSs. Like if you think about okay, so what I'm looking for is like a CMS. Sorry, what I'm looking for is a CMS that lets you exist one level above it, right? So like normal CMSs, you sign up for the CMS, you log in, you create the content, you create the site, boom, you're done. But like what I want is not exactly like a reseller CMS. Like it's not like I want to like rebrand your CMS, but it is kind of like that, right? It's like I want to create a single template of a site with like the CMS baked in and like let me sell that to other people, you know? What was that messaging app? Which one? Coda? Or which one? Messaging? Can you tell me what it did or what it looked like? Maybe you're thinking about, oh, I just had it up here. Spectrum? You're thinking about Spectrum? This one's pretty good. Free tool for managing communities. Kind of an alternative to Slack. No, the application. I don't know, what did it do? Not browser. Huh? This is not, what do you mean? This is an application. This is the site I was on for a while. Oh, this one. This one. This is called Chatty, and it's a Java application. It's cross-platform, and it lets you chat with Twitch and get notifications. No, no. Well, you might be able to actually connect to other servers. I don't know. I just use it for Twitch. I think it's mostly for Twitch. But yeah, it's called Chatty. Okay, so ReadyMag. This is kind of cool. I like their marketing. I don't know why I like this, but I like this. Publish in your browser. This is kind of cool because they give you a lot of flexibility. Browser-based design tool, unlimited possibilities, sure. Yeah, I would use this for like my own stuff, but I think they're so expensive. I don't remember, but I think they are. I think they're like incredibly expensive. Yeah. Free for, I think it's like no, yeah, you're ready-made branded. So if you want to get outside of the branded, now you got to pay. Oh, it's actually not that bad. It's $16 a month. Okay, this is per year. This is not too bad. But then you only get 25,000 views a month, which is, that's definitely above average. It's kind of cool. I think this is a pretty good solution. Do I have to pay to keep my project published? Yeah, no custom domain on the free plan. I don't know. This is not really how I wanted to spend this time. Um, let's see. Okay, this looks interesting. Whoa, 1,400 upvotes. So you can add destination. Okay. So this is kind of like the impression I get just from this. This is a really nice screencast, by the way. But the impression I get from this is that it's kind of like Glide, except it's maybe more powerful. And they give you like the spreadsheet inline. Actually, I kind of want to sign up for this. But that being said, this isn't quite what I'm looking for unless they let you import your own. Let's see if they let you import your own data. Help docs. Oh, everyone's using this template for their docs, huh? Good book. Video, getting started, full walkthrough, working with data. No, I don't want a video. Database. Oh, give me the database. Database basics. Collections. Okay. Creating properties. Manually creating, importing records. CSV. Yeah, for like a service like this, I think it'd be kind of cool, to be honest, if it was dynamic. Like this seems like you have to manually insert the information, and then it's not going to, like it's only going to be synced with itself, right? You're not going to be able to sync it with a web app, so you pretty much only have a mobile app. And even if someone can sign up and add their own information, which it seems like they can, which is pretty cool, to be honest, it's only a mobile app. There's no web connection, unless they give you some API where you can access the data. But then, even if you have an access, then you have a read-only web version, right? Kind of like Instagram, right? Instagram has a terrible, terrible web version. I don't know. I really don't like it. It's just like read-only, right? You can't do anything on it. But even that would be decent. Let's go to help docs one more time. Database. Do you have an API? Integrations. External collections. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Oh, nice. So like you can connect to Airtable. Yeah. um, well, I've just been looking for something like this. This is really cool because it's hard to make a mobile app. Although, is this a real mobile app? I'm sorry. Was that really loud? That was really loud. I gotta mute myself in the future. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, so so basically what I've been looking for is like a service that lets you um, create a mobile app visually and then like import data from an external service. What? Where did you hear about that? Wait, were you in here earlier when that happened? Oh my goodness. Ah, the infamous 1Password. But yeah, if you could build a mobile app visually, what did I do? What do you mean, what did I do? When? With 1Password? That was a while ago. You know about that. Well, I mean, I did it multiple times, but we don't have to focus on it too much. Um, okay. With one click, you can launch a truly native version of your app on app stores this would be like my headline. Are you kidding me? Like, meet Adalo, that's their headline? Like, no, take this text and put it right here. This is terrible. But I don't know, I think it's pretty good. With one click, you can launch a truly native version of your app on the app stores for both. I don't know, it's a little technical. Probably a lot of people wouldn't get it. But that's the thing I care about the most. But that's really cool. So you get a native app and then you get the data source can be from anywhere. This thing is crazy. I love this thing. Okay. So I don't know. This is one of those things that's like kind of in between, right? Like this is a visual app builder that uses, I don't know, data from wherever, I guess, which is awesome. But it's not. This is how Remake Last Day. What? I'm researching things. It's okay to research things. I No, Remake will always have my heart. I love Remake. No, but I think this is really cool because okay, so like I have this I don't know, I guess you probably can't send notifications with this, can you? If you can send notifications, then fuck Remake. I'm gonna just go with this. I'm just kidding, of course. You can trigger notifications. How do you do it? Can you do it from when it tap? So I don't know, this looks like a pretty cool service. So like I have this product called Artistify. There's a marketplace. And I have and it's for like visual artists and freelancers. And I've always wanted to make like a mobile version of it. And like if this service lets me visually plan out everything and then import the data, from like a JSON file or something, then I'd have a mobile app and then I could also sell that. That'd be pretty sweet, This seems like super valuable. I mean, like just for like anyone who's in web development, who's like freelancing, you can be like, yeah, I can build you a mobile app. and then you tie in with their data their data source or whatever, and then you can build a mobile app, just get it started, right? Like I'm just thinking, even for the company I work for right now, freelance, like if they wanted a mobile app, like this might be a good way to get started. Just like for like a simple browsing thing. I don't know how I don't know how it would work. But this seems really cool. I don't know. It seems really cool. I'm impressed. It has most of the features that I'm thinking, maybe it shouldn't have. Or maybe it wouldn't have, based on what I've seen from other places. But triggered notifications, this one's confusing to me. Icon. I think this is only... It'd be nice if it was like whenever some data, like whenever a Boolean on this user is set to true, then you can send a notification for them. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. Retool. So this is build an app. This looks interesting. All the building blocks for any internal tool. I don't know why it's only internal tools. I wonder if I can make an external tool with this. Pricing. End user mode allows users to use the apps outside of the editor interface. This is what you want if you're deploying your app to end users, and it's especially useful when coupled with access controls from the Pro plan. This looks very interesting. This looks kind of like what I want Coda to be. Like maybe it's a little bit more advanced. Maybe it gives you a little bit more control. And I don't know why they're so focused on internal tools if it's also for external end users. Customer support. Oh, it's coming soon. Okay. Salesforce apps. Coming soon. It's still coming soon. Account management, Google Sheets. Supercharge your Google Sheets. Okay. Let's say you're a VC. During Accelerator's recent demo day, you recorded a list of companies that look promising. Using a full-blown CRM to compile this list would be overkill, so you use Google Sheets. Oh, no way. Now you want to go through each company and send them a follow-up email because you have to write every email by hand, but now with Retool in just a few minutes. You built an app on top of your sheet data, which lets you fire off an email for each one. No way. That's really cool. That's really cool, right? I feel like that's sick. Huh. Very, very cool. Okay, Airtable. This thing gets a ton of praise. And I wish I knew why, because I think it would actually be useful to have in my tool belt. The problem with a lot of these tools though is that they're like they don't cost that much money, but they cost a little bit of money, right? Like if you want like the good stuff, right? Like Retool, for example, you want the external users, $50 a month, right? Airtable, you want I don't know, blocks and additional color and styling options and advanced calendar features. Okay, $20 a month. Then that adds up, suddenly you're paying $200 a month on various tools that you're just kind of learning, and getting started with. But I feel like there's a lot of value locked away in these tools. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'd rather use this for a Kanban, right? Or if I'd rather use Asana, you know, because like Asana is purpose built to be a Kanban, and then this one's more flexible, so you could probably like trigger more stuff. But like, is triggering stuff really the thing, or do you just like want a really smooth interface? You know, it's really a trade-off. You know, it's a huge trade-off. Okay, but that's Airtable. Retool. I do want to look at those. And then Clay. Clay also looks interesting. I don't know what makes it different from, well, I think it's kind of like Zapier. So it seems like Zapier where you got the triggers and then the workflows. But it's like Zapier plus the actions or something. Like you have a database and serverless code. So like, yeah, it's like a more advanced Zapier, I guess, right? And then Glide. I think they went a little bit too much in the like easy direction. I mean, it's still a cool thing, right? Directory app city guide. I did sit down with my mother, who is not tech savvy at all, and we created an app in like 20 minutes and had it loaded up on our phones, and it was really just a cool experience to create something that quickly. But it's not a real app, but you can modify it, which is cool. I don't know if they support like user accounts and stuff yet. Let's see, pro apps. What are pro apps? More data, more customization, more power. 25K rows, 10 gigabytes of storage, custom domain, your brand, in-app purchases, background refresh, G Suite shared drives, 1,000 map pins, and email access control. This is the interesting one, I think. Restrict access to your app based on a list of emails. Ah, very cool. And how much? Only $19 a month? Or, okay, $29 a month. I always gotta look at stupid annually. I really hate that. I hate this in general. Just like, oh, it's only this much. Oh, actually, that's only if you pay us by the year, which means you're paying us $200 or whatever. It's crazy. It's like, I just want to try out your service. Just give me a good deal. With a link. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of cool. I wonder if they have actually, do they have access control with this? Like I know email access control, but so the email access control is just like flat. I don't think you can have different features based on your level of access. So that's kind of sad, but it's still better than nothing, right? I mean, it's still better than not having any access control, which is what their free version has. Okay, so that's kind of cool. But I think, okay, what I'm more interested in though is kind of these ones that are like totally new. So like these backend as a service, this is like the same thing as we were just looking at, right? With these tools, except on the other side of the coin, right? The backend as a service is like if you're a developer and you want to move fast, you can use this. And they got some really cool stuff here. This one is kind of newer to me, but like you got a custom domain, database with backups, easy rollback, CDN plus DDoS. You got a database built in. I mean, actually, this is not exactly what I was thinking it was. This is not really a database as a, or a backend as a service. This is just a deployment platform. I don't know why I was so excited about this. Where's the database? I mean, it's just a database. I mean, it's just a site with a database, right? You just got an app. Yeah. And you got database backups. I mean, it seems like a cool hosting solution, but it's not I don't know. It's not on the same level as like Parse or Firebase. And I still don't understand Hasura, but everyone, well, not everyone, but like a lot of people talk about it. Oops, Y Combinator. What? I can't type today. News, okay. Dot YC. Okay. I'm gonna search for Hasura. Okay, 2 years ago. Let's see. This is very impressive. Congratulations. What I'm not seeing is how do you envision enforcement of complex business rules when using API? Access control. Oh, I see. Huh. Huh. I mean, it's kind of cool. But like what I was most impressed by was this user story here. This one. It says, wow, Hasura HQ is seriously impressive. I just set up an entire backend, database, GraphQL API, authentication, authorization, in less than an hour without ever touching a terminal. Ay. It just kind of, it seems very cool, but at the same time, unnecessary for most projects. I mean, sure, if you're building like a real-time chat, definitely want to check this out, right? If you're building anything that needs real time, anything that needs lots of data, anything that needs to be like scaled to tons of users and tons of data, this might be a great idea. Fully deployed GraphQL setup that would have taken me hours normally in like 30 seconds. Huh. Okay. I mean, I think this is definitely worth looking at, right? I mean, if people are talking about it like this, huh. I kind of wish I knew more about SQL and about GraphQL and about just this world in general. I feel like I'm not as involved in this world as I could be, and if I was, maybe I would be able to be more more productive in it quicker. Yeah, it's definitely something I need to like learn more about. Definitely. Huh. There's someone built this interactive Reason ML sketchbook. This guy's kind of negative, huh? Wow. Okay, some concerns about the Yay. This is really type system execution. It's really just a type system with an execution engine that can map queries against that type system to resolvers. That's it. That means you can actually use it all over the place. Not super interesting to me. I mean, like, I don't know why. I guess, I mean, it is interesting, but I think what my like real focus and passion is like, how do I get a web app up quickly? And this seems more about like, how can I scale it and like add an external API and stuff like that. It's not as interesting to me. But it still does seem very, very cool. Hmm. Huh. Huh. Okay. As a newbie to GraphQL who is having some growing pains adopting a UI for a data warehouse that was basically bolted onto a REST API designed for backend queries, can someone help me understand what the pros and cons are for something like this versus hand-rolling all the backend GraphQL stuff yourself? We have been evaluating switching / offering a GraphQL backend for our UI to consume for our product since it seems well suited for our use case, but so far the effort required has outweighed the gain we would get from it. Because of this, a somewhat turnkey solution like above might be more appealing. I think it depends on how much business logic you have in your REST API layer. If you can get away with using a turnkey solution like Coursera with the right access control rules, or by adding schema stitching, then it would save a lot of effort. I think the best thing would be to try a turnkey solution for your application's database and then evaluate the effort saved. Turnkey solutions also might end up partial effort, if not at all. For example, Assure is a great fit for incrementally adding read-only GraphQL queries. That's like a very thoughtful reply. Is this the guy that posted it? Tango. Yeah. Yep. Hmm. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, this seems cool. But let's look at, oh, and this is another cool one. Actually, yeah, just want to look at this real quick. Easy database. So this is kind of cool. If you have a project and you want to set up a super, super simple database, you can literally just do this. I'm actually going to do this in CodePen and just see what it's like to use it. You know, it's kind of cool. So we're going to paste this, and then we're going to see what comes up in the console. Oh. Huh. I wonder, easydb.io can require is not defined. Require is not defined. Okay. So I guess I can't do this in CodePen. Let's see. EasyDB. Nope. So what could I use? What could I do? Again, I guess I could do glitch, right? With this. There's other ones too. But I forgot what they are. Hello web page. Okay, very basic web page. Sweet script. We're going to do this. And I think this is just going to automatically install EasyDB. I really, really like glitch. I do not understand how they make money, but I really like them. Okay, let's see. Share. How can I preview the app? Live app. Copy. Oh, yeah. Cannot use import statements outside a module. Oh, that makes sense. How do I think there's a way to do this. JS module. I think there's a way to do this natively in Chrome now. I think it's really easy. How do I include it? Right here. Type module. Boom. Done. Type module. Where's my script? There we go. Type module. And we'll defer it, I guess. That's fine. Oh, glitch autosaves. Failed to resolve module specifier. Okay, it's not relative though. Oh, so I need to create a package JSON. Add this file. Yeah. I'm a little worried about them, to be honest. That's funny. Okay, example package JSON. Because so Glitch was the same team, I think, behind Trello and like something else, I think. And I think they made a lot of money from that. But then they've been working on this service for like such a long time. I kind of feel like if they're not making money from it, might be a problem. Okay, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna delete this, MIT, and we'll delete this. But then we need to add a package, and we're gonna do easy db, what was it, .io or something? .io, or -io. -io. There we go, dependencies, boom, refresh. They just look at this, it's so like fun. They just like do this like random stuff when the app's loading or whatever. Let's see, what's happening here though? Your code's not formatted. Okay, saved. Why is it asleep now? Oh man, what's going on? Logs. Oh. Oh no. I don't know. Dependencies. So it installed them. But now it's saying check app.package.json. I was looking for a start script. What? Let's look. Let's see here. Fail start. I'm getting there. Okay. What? But I don't. Do I need a server? I don't want a server. I just want a package JSON so I can install stuff, so I can include it. Okay. I'm actually gonna head out soon. So I might be gone when you get back. I'm gonna probably head out in about 20 minutes or something. But thank you for stopping by, and I will be on tomorrow. Yep, I'll be on tomorrow, though, so we can catch up then. Thanks for stopping by, Andrew. See ya. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna get rid of this package JSON. And I'm gonna figure out how to include EasyDB without that. And I think there's a service that does that. Pika package. Let's see. Pika.dev. Okay. Okay, we're gonna, wait, what did they say? Let's move forward. Okay, CDN. Okay, cool. So we're gonna search for easydb.io. Yes, we got it. No, okay. Huh. So you're saying you're not gonna work? EasyDB. This was just supposed to be a really small aside. No, I'm just kidding. This is fine. Okay, what is this? EasyDB.io. No keywords. Homepage. Okay. Supports browser and node-based applications. Source. Index. Const EasyDB. So maybe I can just grab this, right? So let's, what's that other one? JS CDN. I forget what it's called. It's not CDN.js. They might do it too, but JS deliver. Okay. So let's see. We'll do GitHub. So the pattern is going to look like this. So we got GitHub. The user is going to be this. The repo is JavaScript. The version is 2.0.0, and the file is going to be this, I believe. Let's see what happens. No. Okay, so let's see, maybe here? Can I go here? Oh. Okay, maybe it's like this. Maybe it's V. That's not it either, huh? Oh wait, no. I got the path wrong. The blob thing, this is a lie. That's a lie. I want source and then just index. There we go. Boom. No. What? Oh wait, maybe I don't want the V. I don't want the V. Ay. Okay. I'm in JavaScript source index.js. GitHub, EasyDB. Okay, maybe we'll make it easy on me. Nope. Ay. I mean, I could just copy this, right? What does this even do? Oh, I have to import this from Axios, so I can't. I gotta go Axios. GitHub, EasyDB-io, JavaScript, source, index. Okay, let's try something simpler. Let's try readme.md and see if we can get that file. If we can't get that file, then I'm doing something extra wrong. I'm doing something extra wrong. Okay, so maybe it's V. Nope, it's not that. I wish JS Deliver had a thing where I could just post a path. Oh, I can search npm from here. easydb.io. Boom. Source or bundle. I can get the bundle. Let's try this. And we're gonna do code pen, pay, or shoot. Paste, save. So now we should have that in there. We're gonna change the view to debug view. We're gonna open this. Reference error. Module is not defined. Okay, that makes sense because I'm loading module. Okay, so I definitely got to use something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna paste this in there. Oh shoot. Wait. Okay, so now we've got EasyDB and we've got script, and we're gonna delete this, and we're gonna reload. Module is not defined. Okay, let's go back here, and we're gonna go into source index.js. Okay, let's load this. Let's see what happens if I just load the source. Boom. Okay. Failed to resolve my, oh yeah, because Axios. Why am I such an idiot? Of course I'm gonna need that still. From Axios. Oh, can I do the same thing? Maybe I can do the same thing. Axios. Oops. Okay. Dist. It's possible, but let's see. What do we got for the index? Lib. Oops. Lib Axios. I wonder. Let's see. Does package.json have any module export? I don't think so. I mean, we could just try importing it, right, from the dist. Let's just try it. Maybe it'll work. It's possible. It might, who knows. Copy this. Oh, and we gotta put it in first. So we're gonna put that in like that, and then refresh. Everything works, right? Cannot set property Axios of undefined. Okay, well here's where we're gonna Pika. We're gonna search for Axios, and that's gonna give us something. No web optimized module was found. Okay. How about Axios module, or like Axios ES6? No. Jeez. I just wanted to use this stupid database, you know? I didn't want to do anything like a big deal, you know? I just wanted to use this little database. Okay, well, I guess what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up terminal. And by the way, this stream is ending as soon as my battery runs out. So we're going to do make dir easy db test. And we're going to do npm init. Hey, Reich Meets, how's it going? Boom, we got it all. And we're going to do npm install. And we're going to paste that in there. And now we need a way, to compile this. So we can put the code in there. But we need a way to bundle this. You know what I want to do? I want to look at this Pika package thing. Because they had a solution on their homepage. Snowpack. What is a snowpack thing, you know? Build web applications with less tooling and 10 times faster iteration. You can build modern web apps without a bundler. No more waiting for your bundler to rebuild your site every time you hit save. Instead, every change is reflected in your browser instantly. Instead of bundling on every page, just run Snowpack once, right after npm install. Snowpack reinstalls your dependencies as a single JS file to a new web modules directory and never touches your source code. Write code, import those dependencies via an ESM import, and then run it all in the browser. Skip the bundle step and see your changes reflected in the browser immediately after hitting save. I kind of like that. I'm going to try it. So we're going to do npx snowpack. Do I have to install snowpack first? I don't think so. We'll see. Huh. Okay. No. What? I hate this. So we can't do it. It just, Pika is useless to me. I really wanted to like this. I mean, this is all great and everything, but if it doesn't work across, yeah, then it's not useful. Okay, so anyways, we're going to go back to, this is a Webpack alternative. That's like a single command. JS bundler simple. I forget what it's called. Oh man, they just mentioned it on the Pika thing too. There it is, parcel. Although I've been wanting to get to know Rollup a little bit more. I think it might be better. Okay, so we're gonna do parcel. Let's just see what happens if we just run that. Well, it didn't know that we wanted index.js. Okay, cool. So it built it. I think it's running. We have a dist folder now. And yeah, sure, we'll create an index.html folder there. And I think there's a server.js. Not that we have to use it, but I've just been kind of interested in this. npm install server. So how do I session storage? Okay. Session storage. That's cool. But I just want to know how to serve a file. How do I serve? I guess that might be useful. Jeez. Okay. How do I serve a file? I mean, I could just try it, right? Let's just try it. So we're just gonna server.js. I guess I'll just, no, actually I'm not, I really don't know how to do it. Because I could just like read the file and then return it, I guess. Let's look at the GitHub. And we're gonna go into use cases. Redirect. There we go. Render. This might be too complicated. You know what? I just want like a localhost node server, like a really super simple one that's just going to serve the current directory. Okay, let's go to npm. Running out of battery pretty quickly here. Probably going to go soon. Let's see, localhost server, HTTPS local server, rapid prototyping. That's pretty cool. Oh, there was a thing for this. Oh, there is a thing for this. Bundle server node.js prototyping. I think there was like an awesome project for this. Budo. I mean, this guy came up twice now, so maybe it's good. Fastify. RunKit. Roll up. I think there's one that does this, that does everything. I really wish I knew what it was. I mean, that seems cool, what I was just looking at, but I think there's a maybe one that's further along. Electro.io. No. Low battery. I'm about to run out, you guys. Stream's about to shut down. Okay, let's see. Server. Oh wait, no, I want to search my favorites. Let's actually search node server. Maybe I'll come up with something. Reload. No. Okay, stars. And we're going to do filters server. Zero. I think this was it. Let's see, 3 months ago. Okay, that's a good sign. npm install g's server. Zero abstracts the usual project configuration for routing, bundling, and transplanting to make it easier to get started. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna, what do we need to do? We get started. npm install 0. Okay. Server. Type. Whoa. No way. I don't know, dude. This seems pretty cool. So let's do this. And we're gonna not use parcel here. So we're gonna, let's delete this dist folder. And we got the index.js, right? So it's possible, I guess, that we can do this. This would be crazy, actually. Okay, so I guess I'm going to do it like this. Okay. And we're going to send this values. And then I think, man, that's huge. Okay, then we're going to run 0. And if this works how I think it should work, I'm going to just be able to go to localhost 3000. Nope. Okay, nothing is coming up. What? It came up. Dude, it came up. What? That is so cool. I really like this project 0. So we got no values back. So what's up with that? Because didn't we just get it? Value get, oh, and we deleted it. So let's remove the place where we delete it. Let's add semicolons, because I like semicolons. Wait, here we're using a callback.